Hello, everyone. Welcome to Toyeen Talks. Welcome back to Toyeen Talks. To all our beautiful subscribers, we say thank you so much for staying with us. If you're new here, we are so happy you find us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit on the notification bell so you'll be notified for more upcoming videos. In the comment section, please note the regretful comments. Thanks for watching. Till I will see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
Names. They call him thief. They call him whatever they call him. They call him benefit boy. They said this, they said that. Okay, now 3 to 4 hours they on my live stream. They were cursing like I was saying all things. Nobody called me biased then. They took about 3 to 4 hours of my live stream cursing like that, blah blah blah. So I said something. You
I can hear you. Speak up. I can hear you.
Your all right. You people didn't give Lagata your platform to come and explain himself. You didn't do that because you want the general public to believe that Lagata is whoever you paint or you're painting him to be. It's okay. So me giving Lagata my platform to defend himself with adequate evidences, that is where they tuned the music to reggae. So giving Lagata my platform to defend themselves with adequate evidences that he provided, that is when they tuned the music. So because you call Lagata a thief, me too. So me too, I should say Lagata is a thief because you call him a thief. Has he stolen from me? The answer is no. Do I care if you are stolen from anybody? I don't care. Is there any evidences that he stole from these people? The answer is no. But Lagata presented evidences of his conversation with Baba Mohbad. And all along that he was presenting his evidences, you people didn't counter the evidence. He didn't counter it. So I said, if the justice for Mohbad that we seek, if we finally get the justice for Mohbad, and the justice points at Lagata, if the findings point at Lagata that Lagata hands is in the death of Mohbad, then the law should nail him.
Exactly.
Because they are saying Lagata is a friend to Lagata is a family to Wumi, or whatever they were saying. I said that is not my problem. I don't give a fuck about Dre. I don't give a fuck about whoever. As long as when we get justice for Mohbad and it points at Lagata that Lagata out is in the death of Mohbad, the law should hold him responsible. So we can now engage in your own terms.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, basically, I wanted to even take you through all that has been happening since the beginning of Justice for Mohbad, and even how it all happened, how it got to Lagata, like situation where he had to come out. If you remember, they mentioned my name at some point, like that somebody somewhere, one stupid guy, one rare guy called it Papariano. He said that money lost in Papa Mohbad account. All of those things.
Yeah.
Those things did happen. Like those things happened. There was time like I myself had dragged Lagata, and I dragged all of them together, including Gorexi, all of them. Yeah. So yeah, Papariano for the first Yoruba man born and brought up in Lagos. One kind Omagurabi street boy, we just did one corner here. Just trying best, in his own capacity. Yeah. So on the 13th of September, aside the other things that I do on TikTok, teaching, lecturer, and I engage in history, I do a lot of stuff. So Mohbad case became like that of George Floyd because I was, an advocate in the case of George Floyd. I was one part of people seeking justice. If you know George Floyd, the Minnesota man that was murdered by the American police. So I was in that platform, and I saw how, these guys, all these Europeans, how they were so serious about getting justice, and also African Americans, like I got like that thing justice from Mohbad, like the thing just drew me. It just drew me like, hey, it is a good thing to fight for people's rights, So I just got that feelings that, hey, what if this is you? So I was part of that George Floyd, and I likened it. It becomes a very good thing, to advocate and to see that people get justice. So, and all that time I wasn't in Nigeria. I used to be in Europe, was studying at the time. So, and I said, anytime, if anything happens that has to do with our country, Papariano, this particular energy where this, people are doing their stuff, I will bring in the same energy, like changes have to come out of all of those things. So, unfortunately, Mohbad case happened. So that very day, I think 11 a.m., 13th of, 13th September 2023, that very day. So I was doing my other stuff, like we're chilling, and everywhere on the internet, people were, there were a lot of people like sharing their life. You know how people share life, like you will be wondering what's happening here. Everybody's sharing the same live stream.
Yeah,
You will see some life. Yeah, 12th. Yeah, sorry. Someone corrected me. 12th September, the day Mohbad was buried. It's not 13th, 12th. No, now, come, share Lori Mini Mohbad. Let Monday, Tuesday was 12th. Wednesday is 13th now. Killing she, when 12th now. Grace, somebody confirm that.
He was buried on the 13th.
On the 13th, Nemo stream. Somebody is writing 12 there. When I want to turn historian head, they gonna calm down now. So, yeah, on that 13th, it was just like, hey, what's happening? Like, I don't know Mohbad. I've heard some of his songs. Sheba just Shemalian, and not that Mohbad was, for me, Mohbad wasn't famous and it wasn't like that a popular, artist, but I already have that zeal in me, right? That, it's good to fight for people. Whenever you see anybody being abused, just put in your own 2 cents there. Whatever you put in there, believe me, it will amount to it. If everybody put the same, it will be huge, So I said, this time around I must join this one. I was just telling myself, say, whatever way it will go, I don't even know where it's gonna go. I didn't even know where it was gonna go. So I just joined it that, hey, let's do this thing, So I was streaming, I was restreaming, as others were streaming on ground. I was restreaming, and I was trying to like ask what's happening, like, hey, if you know what's going on, hey, come up, come talk about it, whatever. That day, I just know, due to the tragic situation, like seeing Mohbad in the casket, neck, broken legs, and all of those things, like the way we saw it, yeah, it may not be the reality, but what was obvious to us at the time was so tragic, yeah, and so we're, showing our sympathy, empathizing, with the situation. So we were on live, throughout, I think, 24 hours, where that live did not end. Because people were also watching. Everywhere. We're talking about 50,000 views, 10,000 views, 5,000 views, some 70, 80, 100 around the world. Everybody was just on it, like, and wherever, there's one thing about social media. Anybody who is, if you are a content creator, first thing, you want to be anywhere where, like, the audience are, right? Most content creators, the of us want to be anywhere the audience are. So, and, like, there were a lot of audiences, and I was wondering, like, what's going on here? People are showing attention, people are showing interest, in this case, that, no, let us dig deep, since, thank God that, there are other cases whereby things just happen, and, people don't even show interest, and, it comes up, and it goes. But this one, people were showing interest, like, including myself, and I said, no, that we have to fight. We have to follow up this case, and somebody have to keep people there, So that was how it started. That day we streamed the second day, and some platforms, they have streamed, and Mutual have streamed. Yeah, but after that streaming, I realized that 1, 2, 3, 4, day 4 after that burial, people started reducing. Some came due to the fact that, like a content, everybody was there, yeah. So everybody got into it. If something is going viral, everybody will see it for sure. When something is viral, it's to reach everybody. So everybody will come into it. Then now, as the day passes, then now you begin to see people now who now have different interests. Then to me, I said, no, we must get to the end of this, to the root of this, right? Some people, all the persons who streamed that very day, they 1 day, 2 day, 3. Some of them, they started leaving the case because, like, it was no longer going the way they thought. They thought it would be going the same way it started, the beginning. So,
Right.
to put it short, so the 1, day 2, I was still on it. The 3, and at some point, like it seems like there were not much people even streaming or talking about the case. But I said no, this platform will get to the root of this. And a lot of information kept coming out there. Naira Marley, Samilari, one man called Anonymous said Baba Mubad, collected 4 million from a Cubana chief priest. And we also hear at the time that Mubad overheard Naira Marley and Davido saying something. There are a lot of speculations were flying on the air. So, and people sometimes enjoy those things. They like to know how it happens or how it's going to be. So, I continued to, bring people together, keep them, and make it like a regular routine. That's why I always tell myself, like, this is the first platform where Mohbad case become a regular routine. And all this time, we don't have all these characters that, that are just flooding all the place right now. All this Bukky Jesse, if you know what they call Bukky Jesse, if you know what they call all these Greeks, all this comfy, you don't see all these guys. Yeah. Most times, permit me, I do call them children. Okay, I do call them children because sometimes the way they act, it just warrants me calling them that, because I will not see anybody with maturity who have understanding of life and then who will just subject themselves into some things that has no headway. I don't live like that. I've seen life, and I'm an independent person. So as time passes, we gathered everybody together. At the time, it's like a debate, like what actually happened. What if it was this? Oh, like, Mohbad said Naira Marley took his life, whatever. Like, we're into it. And some characters like Iyabo Ojo, they were fueling, oh, Naira Marley, Eliwakwa Lomo, Kewasalo, all of those things. Like, hey, and people, people used to see her as an actress, old glory, we still speak for her. So all those things, people were cherishing it. So, and we too, we followed it, because we have to hear from whoever is going to hear from whatever that has happened. Somebody will go meet the police, they will come back, they will tell this what we know, and we just stream. Our own is just to stream and keep it cool, like make it a community. And the case was, at the time, right, the case was even more hot on Instagram than TikTok. Right in the beginning.
Yes, it was Instagram. Yes. It was Instagram that me, I was handling the case.
Exactly.
It was Instagram.
Exactly.
So because I started using TikTok November 2023. And the reason why I came to TikTok November was because they took down my Instagram account. They were reporting my account because we were asking questions. So they took down my Instagram account during that 2023. So I came to TikTok November 2023.
Yeah, good. So let me continue. So Instagram there was a lot of things going on there, right? While we were here, we were just few, 1 or 2 that was streaming. That's why there's so many celebrities on Instagram, for sure. Who have reputations, who have names. And Iyabo Ojo then do use Instagram a lot. There were a lot of them there. Instagram. The only person that we have here at the time, TikTok, is Very Dark Man. But Very Dark Man doesn't stream. And just remember, he doesn't host a show like this. He does do video. He does make video, and the video do go viral, So that's another big voice. But when it comes to streaming, I was the one that was consistent here, streaming for hours on the case. So I think according to what I heard, they said there was another platform called AJ, one guy who was streaming but later stopped after 1 or 2 months. Last stop, but I've never spoken to him, nor do I know him, but I heard of him. So now, fast forwarding to the time of DNA or so, when we started seeing some interesting faces, people like maybe there's a man they call African Television. He came, they spoke about DNA. After came you talk about DNA, Very Dark Man publicized it, like he popularized it. Then we have another man, African TV, came in. All of these people, they came in because they were all affected. You get, like, as a parent, there's a way you see something and you don't just see that it's supposed to be like that, and then you want to address it. You want to you want to make things be the way it's supposed to be, in a nutshell. So a lot of people who come into this case, I believe that one, they were all touched. Everybody was touched in one way or the other. Nobody is that too desperate. But let's put money aside first. Okay? Money is not the key to everything, right? People were touched in one way or the other. Just like me right now. Like, I used to have a platform already, doing all that stuff, whatever. But first, the interest, the shenanigans, the drama of the case, is one thing that kept me. So now, these figures, they came, they gave strategies, they wanted DNA, whatever. And one good thing about this platform, we always have everybody. We keep them like, okay, this, let's do it this way. We try to rub minds together how to do the whole stuff. And so on the other side, we started having some people that were disagreeing with who is suspect to us, because at the time we were still defining suspects, like, okay, some people suspect Naramali, some suspected Samilari, some suspected Baba Mubad, some suspected Wumi. That time, if you were really in this case, it was just all over the place. She get the first 1 month,
Yes.
September to October. It was all over the place. But when Baba Mubad started speaking, the man started speaking, and like, like, they also realizing that, these people on Instagram, it's like they're on a different world, right? Like, they also realize that it's like Instagram is anti-Baba Mubad social media or social space. Because a lot of them there was asking that a lot of hates was coming, from Instagram. Baba Mubad quickly bury Mubad. The only thing they insinuate, he quickly bury Mubad. He quickly bury Mubad. Like, and we was wondering, we were asking what happened. At some point, we were even thinking that the man was in the house. But the moment Baba Mubad came out to speak, and he narrated the story, how he was called by Mubad around 4:30 p.m. on that Tuesday, on the 12th, and went to the boat, entered the ferry, got to Osaka, London, with the mother, and then they called the mother that they should be going back. Then she overheard it. She now took the phone from the mother and said, we've come this far, and you guys are saying we should go back. What's happening? Well, according to him, he said he understood that Tori, because in Yoruba language, like, there's a way they open up death matter to people because of the situation, the condition that they may be into. You're eating pepper, so they have to. So me, I understand why those kids were able to, whatever that happened, me, I understood. Okay, so the man now said, okay, that he just found his way to Mubad house. That he would now say, okay, I've heard you guys, but one way or the other, the man got to Mubad house. I'm telling you his own narrative, because me, I don't know how to lie on people. There's nothing I will gain. I will say exactly how it is, and then when I want to have an opinion, I will not say by my own opinion. Okay, having considered what this person has said, this is what I thought, or this is what I think is different. But I will say whatever anybody said the way it is. Yeah. So this are his words. So after saying all of those things, I think we now have mercy on him. We now wanted to also hear from the other side. We called out the Wumi and others and called that, hey, Wumi should speak, whatever. And Yabojo, she was good. She was doing her own thing, trying to prevent Wumi from speaking. We don't know what, we don't know what Yabojo knew at the time, that all of us do not know. So the public wanted Wumi to speak, and Wumi frustrated the public by not speaking, right? And the father was already speaking. So now we have to now change our direction to suspect Wumi. This is how suspecting Wumi, this is how Wumi became public suspect. And now she now turned to something that everybody felt like, this cannot happen now. Like, how will your husband die? You said you guys went to a show, on Sunday, and he was not sick before the show. And you guys came back on Monday. We don't know of any activity Mubad, they did. Nobody called him. Nothing happened. We just yesterday Tuesday, nurse come, carry nurse treat, and he died. Just like that. And if it happened exactly like that, is this too big for you to say? Let's even say that's what happened. Wumi, is this too big for you to say? It's because that is not what happened. That is a scripted version. It's what they want to make people believe. And they said, when you keep lies for a long time, it slowly becomes truth. So one thing they did, right, they tried to preserve that lies. And right now, it now become the narrative of the day. Nurse, we don't believe in a nurse. As a matter of fact, we believe Mubad died on Monday. right? And during that time, Mohbad mother, spoke also, from nowhere. Baba Mohbad was already out doing very well. Anybody doesn't like Baba Mohbad, the old version of Baba Mohbad. Anybody doesn't like. I can't tell about what we've been seeing because I've been in this case the longest on TikTok. Okay, so I've seen a lot of things, and I speak from this reality. And people started joining the case, like Vengeance, Ishak, all these, children recently. They just start abusing people. When we tell them this, how these things are, and they don't even want to know anything. I don't know their interest. They will just be abusing people. Okay, and I hope only God will judge there. Or maybe Ogunlaka will judge, or because or maybe Ayilala will judge. I'm an larger voice, so I believe in Ayilala. Maybe Ayilala will judge. So now, Baba Mohbad, are you there?
I am
Are you
here.
there? Yes. I hope I'm not
I'm here.
wasting your
I'm
time.
hearing
I told you
you.
I'm also a historian, politician, lecturer, everything, scientist, everything packed together. If I'm boring you, tell
I
me.
used to be. I used to be. No, I used to be on this TikTok for 17 hours. So you are not.
Okay.
You
All
are not
right.
bothering me. I am
All
listening.
right. Good. So believe me, the old version of Baba Mohbad was so perfect that I was the first person who said Baba Mohbad should be given a Father of the Year award. I am the first person to pronounce that word. Baba Mohbad is the Father of the Year. There was a lot of intimidation, so many threats from the other side at the time, because the man was all alone at the time, and you could understand, like, not that he was with any strong family in Ikorodu that anybody would be scared of. So, and as somebody who has lived in the streets, I know how much intimidating, it is. Like when you don't have a means, and then you are dealing with some certain people who have just a little bit of means. Not that they are better. All this one we are saying. The reason why we went
Yes.
quiet today is because of all of us who stood by Baba Mohbad and on the side of what is right. That's why they all run.
Yes.
Umi mother would have been a bigger bully before. Now Baba Mohbad they get voice where they say, "Oh my, look here." You understand? Before then, you'll be seeing it the way they are operating. Either through women carry phone, carry cost Baba Mohbad, say things that are unspeakable. Things that are not supposed to be, that are not normal. It's very a man that he might kill his son finish. When I see the intimidate and the threaten him. Anyway, we are coming to all of that. Those ones happened January, because I've been in the case chronologically. I can tell every part of this case. That's what makes me an OG and a historian of J4M. So now, Baba Mohbad has spoken, and he's spoken so well. And believe me, whether we like it or not, okay, most of the things the man said then, like these things were accurate. Nobody actually came out to debunk him that he's lying or whatsoever. One test to know whether people are telling the truth or whatever. It's if it can be faulted, if anybody can prove it wrong, if anybody can say something otherwise, and they've not been much of that. They've not been, situational by the man will say something to the best of my knowledge at the time, not later on as we started progressing. Where we ourselves started seeing a lot of things. So initially, people rose up to support the man. Foundations like Ada Foundation, and that's where there's one beautiful woman they call Supreme Iron Lady. Have we heard of that name? Supreme Iron Lady.
I've heard it.
Exactly, because all these guys, they just, if you tell about far by location, as at the end of the day, you will see that they want to use you to do what they are doing, and when you take yourself away, you become an enemy. They don't want somebody with sense, with conscience.
That is what you are trying to do with my people.
And they don't feed me. I go feed most of them. I go talk about salary. Most of them I will feed them. I will feed them, not be saying a joke.
Èmi máa fi èpè báyé wọn jẹ́ ni wọ́n mọ̀. Máa fi èpè. Èmi elépè lèmi máa fi èpè báyé wọn jẹ́.
Lọ́rọ̀ Mohbad yìí, gbogbo wa ọjọ́ kan, there was a day that we all brought knife. Abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kún epo sórí ọ̀bẹ adẹ̀fín búra. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ jáde wá búra, lọ́ba sá lọ́ba gbére. They don't want to hear the truth. Wọ́n fẹ́ gbóòótọ́, okay? Tẹ́lifíwọ́n lọ fẹ́ sòótọ́, wọ́n máa wà against it. killing it.
Exactly.
Tabani Kaburasin.
They don't
I
want.
get any one of them. Tombani Oko Mimo si just Mohbad. Ka kon epo so be ka fogun buran. E ma ni I don't believe in ogun. Kini kan olori burukun. Omo Yoruba le pe ran e ko ni da fun yin. Do you understand?
They won't do it. They won't do it.
Yeah, so like we continue. So Baba Mohbad, like spoke very well. And believe me, like as I said, and I'm saying this from the heart, there's no way anybody will be in this case. And I don't regret supporting him, then, not now that, like I just had a little bit disagreement with what is going, with the way he's handling the case. So at the time, Baba Mohbad, and again, today, I will still tell you, he has every right to challenge the cause of his son's death. If it were me as a father, my own son would just die like that. This is not even a child of 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. Talking about above 26 years old. Okay? That you labored for,
Yes.
like, in every situation, condition, bad weather. I mean, and then it will just happen like that. I know how that thing looks like. Sure you get. Like anybody who is a real parent, you will understand that pain. So, and from that direction, you can support him that, yes, we have to do this thing. We have to prevent this from happening. And one major reason why justice is served everywhere in the world, it is to prevent reoccurrence of the same thing.
Yes.
Of a serious kind of a serious crime in the future, to prevent it. So you have to tackle it. If you don't tackle it. Exactly. If you don't tackle it, and that's what makes difference between different countries, developed, underdeveloped. Some countries, the same thing keep happening, and they don't tackle it. They just watch it, and it gets worse. Until you know what you want, you wake up, you stand for it, you fight it. Then it will no longer come up again. So, the long story, inquest. Before the inquest, it was on the 21st of September 2023 when the Commissioner of Police, Awon, after all the public outcry, they now set up, they set up a little conference with Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad was there, Mohbad mother was there, then Wunmi was behind as a complainant, like where they officially launched a complaint about the case. 13th to 21st, that's about 7 days or so after Mohbad's death. Yes, 7, if I'm not mistaken, 19, I think 19th, between 19th or 21st, any of those days. So now, the police now say that, by the order of the Inspector General of Police, Egbetokun, that they've been ordered to inaugurate 13 men, to investigate Mohbad case. 13 investigators, 13 detectives to investigate on Mohbad's case. And all of us saw that as a welcome development. Like that kind of is us a little bit, but we continue creating awareness, like calling out people and showing our concern. Protests, we're sponsoring them left and right. So now the woman that I mentioned the time at that foundation, she's also a lady who showed interest into Mohbad case, and raised fund into the Mohbad case. And I think in that process, that was how Supreme Iron Lady come to found Mohbad case through that particular person they call Ada Foundation. So those guys, they raised money. They wanted to get lawyer for Baba Mohbad, for Baba Mohbad, and Baba Mohbad. I don't want to add Muyiwa. Okay, there's a man they call Muyiwa. Have you heard of him, Baba Mohbad brother?
Yes, they said it's Baba Mohbad's brother.
Muyiwa Rasaki, Ayodele, or whatever. So now, Ayodele, yes. So now, these people aim as a foundation. They've told the public that they want to get money and get a lawyer. And at that time, there was no foundation. There was nobody aside from Berekete. And at that foundation, they were the earliest to join this case. Berekete at the time, 7 days after Mohbad death, there's a video of Berekete, that I always play on my show, right? Where Berekete said, I go contact the papa, I go contact the mama, I go contact the friend. I said, Berekete, people used to know you as you be where you are. People will come and they are the one that will bring their case, sign affidavit, go through process, tough process. But this one, you say now you go call there, you go reach out to them, you go call this. Now so this case is sweet rich. I never know it was clout. Okay, so and for me, I don't look into those things. I look into the, I look into that the togetherness of everybody, okay, or like the presence of everybody, which hereby expand or compound it. One person could not do this case, whether I would like it or not, right? Whether another person is there, whether he's posting video, his page is monetized. Me, I don't even post video, but there are some people that on TikTok, they post videos and they monetize. I don't have issues with that. At least there's a positive side how it's affecting this case, which at least that one for me, anybody who knows good, that one is okay. Don't just spread wrong narrative. Don't have a different motive. Whatever you're doing in life, just have a good mind out of it. There are people who make money out of bad things. Bad things. There are people who make money from good things. So making money and doing a good thing, I don't have issue with that. If somebody that will carry gun, go block somebody for road, kill him, carry all the money, go now. What do I say about that one? If I hear somebody will say at least they promote case, at least they do in his own, understanding, and at least they bring people they unite, they see the case. It's a good thing. Okay, I like that part, but not when you are misleading with information just to grow your page. That one is a different case. You understand? So now, that foundation, they collected money from the public to support their family. Me, I was not part of the foundation, but this is what I heard too. So I'm trying to establish where problems started coming. You understand? So that you will now see how different divisions are coming, different chapters are opening. One chapter will go, another chapter will come. It now look like people they're not good, right? But if you don't take that to understand all of these things, you'll be thinking that everybody is bad, except some people, except some group of people that are just somewhere screaming, shouting, providing no solution. Just shouting, and screaming. And shouting does not bring solution. You have to pen it down. You have to structure it. So now we're now told that they contributed about £2,000. Yeah, we were told that about £2,000 was contributed. So they wanted to get a lawyer for the family, but they said Baba Mohbad has accepted because the game they play here. They know Baba Mohbad. They contacted him, because they collected money in Mohbad's name. So it's good to reach out to the family to support them, to fulfill your promise. So they contacted the man. They said the man accepted that. Baba Mohbad said, hello, lawyer, I'm good with you, right? Now, Baba now have one brother. The brother now say, that money they want to use to get lawyer, let them bring their money, give them the money, that they will go and get the lawyer. And those ones said, we are a foundation. We have told our people that we are going to get a lawyer and come fight in this case as a foundation. They said, So one shot, they just dragged those people. They went left and right. So they even decided telling them story. They said Baba Mohbad was lended money by that Moyiwa, that he can't even pay the money that you see, and you say you are a foundation, you can't support. So going back and forth, I think the lady now gave them the money. Also, I think £1,000 or whatever. You also saw your phone, part of it or everything. Sure, you get that chapter. It closed like that. Then later, we now hear that Mohbad has a friend that is a lawyer to him. They call him. What they call Fadile, David Fadile. I want you recently, just let me tell you a story. I'm telling you September, October, November. I'm telling you history. David Fadile. David Fadile. That's his name. David Fadile. So David Fadile, who was, like they said, that Baba Mohbad has done good to him before. So the man was supporting Baba Mohbad. So the man was in the inquest, representing Baba Mohbad. Yeah, fine. There was some questions that the man didn't ask, very well. It seems as probably because of our exposure to the Western world, as much as like me, I studied in Europe. You understand? So like when we bring in the same composure that we have in those places, when we bring it and try to fit it into our own standard, there's conflict. There's culture, there's religion, there's so many things that affect things, whatever the things that we do here. that our people do here. So, like, when you come with the different ideas, you will have difficulty in trying to fit in things. Sometimes you will see things not going the right way, the way it's supposed to be. But if you want to, over push it, somebody will just come there and start quoting different proverbs and whatever. Before you know, they will just take it over and it will return to the same nonsense. So they said the man was serving as pro bono. He was helping for free of charge, right? So that was going like on their own side. So until Baba Mohbad had to speak, in the coroner inquest. So that's another big moment whereby he went to the police for the first time. He said when he got to Mohbad house, he saw blood. So this to say that since that September till October 25, that's more than 1 month that Baba spoke in the inquest.
Yes.
He never mentioned to anybody that he saw blood in Mohbad house. They asked him in the inquest, this blood that you're talking about, did you tell the police? Did you say this, whatever? He said that he forgot. It escaped his mind. Point number 1. Now, Iyabojo and Toto Dikin, they now came out that, you later went on to say things, Abi. You later went on to say this, to say that, right? So we started having feeling that, what is Iyabojo doing? What is Iyabojo operation just from that? Is there anything you guys have told the family not to say? So then, we started feeling like, it's like Baba Mohbad is the one that wants justice. It's like all of us, it's like we go this direction. We are Team Baba. If we did Team Baba, our lab Team Baba. I started it. Team Baba. I started it. And the same Papariano that you see here, those women fans at some point, they went to bring chicken, bring malum. Babalawo Gidi, they put my picture there, did sacrifice for me, did everything it took. They said I will not see 2024. They did all of these things. And I still look at me, I think we are still here. And I'm still breathing fresh and fine, yeah, sounding healthy.
Papariano.
Hey.
I want to say this. You see that chicken and that goat that they slaughtered to say that they use that you will not see 2024. They just want to eat cow. They want to eat goat meat.
I'm telling you.
Ebi goat meat àti chicken ló pa wọ́n.
Ebi ló pa wọ́n. They went to Babalawo.
Ebi ló pa wọ́n.
They did all sorts of things. They killed.
They didn't tell themselves the truth. You know that. When they slaughtered the.
They did all these things to me because I chose to defend Baba Mohbad. She may see a person they carry another person problem put for it. It may know different level of threat. But all those times by Moses in Nigeria, I wasn't even in Nigeria all those times. So yeah, I've been to 2-3 countries at the time. I was not in Nigeria. So I tell myself, say all these ones. In fact, even as a matter of fact, in Europe, we don't even believe in all those things. We don't believe in it. You understand? Yeah. So then I told myself, I cannot run from my state, from my country, from my house. If I finish whatever I'm doing, I will still have to come back now. And then I came, ever since I've come to Nigeria, still since last year. Nobody has come to knock my door to tell me that in Papa say, and I ain't get justice from Mohbad. So what I talk about, I go know waiting one person. But me, I trust God. I know, say, if that person come complete, he no go complete. He no go back complete. So now, Baba Mohbad spoke in the coroner inquest, and he mentioned blood for the first time, which now gave different impression. Could it be that Mohbad was spiked? Could it be that they murdered him? And when Mohbad mother spoke, in a viral video, she said, Ojo Monday no won't pay me. In fact, let me tell you what she said. She said that when she and Baba left Mohbad house on Saturday, right? That is on the 9th of September, 2023. They left Mohbad house. Baba Mohbad said that day, Mohbad carried Liam and gave to him and said, take care of him, whatever, is good as your son. And Baba Mohbad took picture. If you go to Baba Mohbad's page till today, you will see that video there when Liam, was very small, whatever. Anyway, now let us push forward. If you go to his page, if you scroll down, you will see where he was carrying Liam when that child was very young. He carried the child. I like that picture. Looks chilling. So now, Mohbad mother came out and she now said um, that they promised to give her 5 million. That is, Mohbad promised to give. Mohbad has opened 3 shops for the mother. She was supposed to be selling frozen food in one of them. Some things have some different some accessories. In 3 of the shops. So they told her that on Monday they were going to fill it up. Right? Wumi Mohbad, they were gonna go together with her to a big shop, a big market, and buy goods and have all of those things filled up. So that was the discussion they had on Saturday. In fact, uh, Wumi even told the mother she said she wanted to go to church. They were telling her, I'm still staying, I'm still staying. She said no, that she's been here for some while now, that she had to go to church. I had to go to church. So in a nutshell,
Papariano,
Baba, yeah.
Papariano,
Mm,
Papariano. Let me
mm.
switch let me switch to this my iPhone because it looks like this Android is not allowing people to hear us.
Okay.
So
All
I
right,
will
come
just
back.
come here now.
Hmm.
Let me just come here now.
Okay. Okay.
Just
You
seconds.
have to end the live, right? You have to end this one, then come back, right?
Yes, I will
All
end
right.
this one, then come like this.
All right. No issue. Just send me request. You've seen my name. So trust me. This is the history from the headquarter of Justice for Mohbad. And then we will tell you all of these things before these children, all these little children, a mini Vengeance, a mini Ishak, a mini Comfy, all these fat belly picking before they started joining this case, and a mini Leno Wiwo, a mini Gurexi, and all this one, before they started joining Mohbad case. I think we will tell it the way it's supposed to. The other life, what's happening? Let me check the other live stream. Has it ended? I think I should end the other live stream.